One moment you are rinsing your hair in a warm, relaxing shower. The next moment your vision fades and your arm will not lift. It sounds like a nightmare, but for many seniors, the one place in their home where they feel the most safe is actually where they are most at risk. Today, as a brain doctor, I am pulling back the curtain on 9 common shower habits that can silently raise your stroke risk. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to guide us through this incredibly important and often overlooked topic of home safety, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the wisdom of being mindful in our daily routines. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. The bathroom is a place of great and very rapid change. There are changes in temperature from hot to cold. There are changes in our posture from sitting or lying down to standing up. And there are changes in the pressure throughout our entire body. For an older body, these rapid changes must be managed with great wisdom and with great care. We must learn to turn the bathroom from a place of hidden risk into a true sanctuary of safety.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. To make this very important information very easy for you to remember, we have grouped these 9 dangerous habits into 3 main risk categories. First, in part 2, we will cover the cardiovascular risks, which are the habits that directly affect your heart and your brain. Then in part 3, we will explore the environmental risks, which are the physical dangers that are in the bathroom itself. And finally, in part 4, we will look at the physiological risks, the habits that relate to the natural limits of our own bodies. And for each and every habit, we will give you the simple and the smart solution to stay safe. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge to be able to create a safe and a peaceful environment for ourselves in our own homes. If you are ready to learn how to make your bathroom a safer place for yourself and for your loved ones, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is one of the most important safety guides we will ever produce.
We will begin our investigation with the most serious and the most invisible category of risks. These are the daily habits that can put a sudden and a very dangerous stress on your heart, on your blood vessels, and on your brain. This is Category 1, the cardiovascular risks.
So what is the first and the most common habit in this dangerous category, Doctor?
It is the simple and the beloved daily ritual of taking a very hot shower first thing in the morning. This feels very comforting and relaxing, but for an older person's body, it can be a sudden and a very powerful shock to the system. The source text for our video tells the very important story of a 75-year-old gentleman, a retired carpenter. He collapsed in a shower one morning. His wife found him confused, sitting on the shower bench and unable to speak clearly. The doctors at the hospital discovered that he had suffered a mild stroke. When they investigated his daily routine, they found the cause every single morning. As he had done for 40 years, he would wake up and go straight into a long, steamy, hot shower. For his aging vascular system, this daily ritual had become a quiet, internal trauma.
And the science of this is so clear. When you step into a very hot shower right after you wake up, 2 dangerous things happen at the exact same time. The sudden heat causes the blood vessels all over your body to rapidly dilate or open up to release heat. At the same exact moment, because you have just stood up from a lying down position, your blood pressure naturally takes a small dip. This dangerous combination of wide open blood vessels and a temporary dip in blood pressure can cause a significant and a very sudden drop in blood flow to your brain. And this is a perfect environment for a blood clot to form and to cause an ischemic stroke.
So the very hot water is a great danger. But the second habit we must discuss is the exact opposite, and it is just as dangerous. It is the sudden exposure to cold water.
This is the other side of the same dangerous coin. A sudden shock of very cold water causes the opposite reaction in your body, rapid vasoconstriction. This is where your blood vessels all over your body clamp down and become very narrow. This causes a sudden and a very dramatic spike in your blood pressure. For an older heart and for arteries that have become stiffer with age, this sudden pressure surge can be too much to handle. It can trigger an arrhythmia or an irregular heartbeat or even a heart attack.
And the source text tells another powerful story of a 79-year-old retired firefighter. He had read that ending his shower with a cold rinse was a healthy habit. But one morning, this sudden shock of cold water caused him to collapse. He had suffered a mini stroke, a TIA, that was directly triggered by that sudden and violent spike in his blood pressure.
So we now know that extreme temperatures, both hot and cold, are a major risk. What is our third cardiovascular risk, doctor?
The third risk is not about the temperature of the water, but the time of day. It is the very common habit of showering too early in the morning, immediately after waking up. The story of the 83-year-old piano teacher from the source text is a perfect and a very sad example of this. She was a woman of great and admirable routine. She was always up at 6 a.m. and in the shower by 6:15. But one morning after her shower, she suffered a major stroke. The timing of her stroke was not a coincidence.
It was not. We must understand that between the hours of about 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., your body naturally experiences a surge in the stress hormone cortisol and a natural spike in your blood pressure. This is your body's natural way of waking up for the day. If you then add the stress of a warm shower on top of this natural internal pressure surge, you are creating what the source text so wisely calls an internal pressure cooker. It is the most dangerous time of day for a senior to be putting that kind of layered stress on their cardiovascular system.
And our final cardiovascular risk is another common mistake of timing. It is the habit of showering immediately after eating a meal.
And this is all about blood flow distribution. After you eat a meal, your body very intelligently sends a large amount of your blood flow to your digestive system to help you to digest your food. This means that there is naturally less blood that is available for your brain. If you then step into a warm shower, the heat pulls even more of your blood away from your brain and sends it towards your skin. This dangerous combination can create a state of very low blood flow to the brain, which can cause dizziness, fainting, or as we saw in the story of the 80-year-old woman in the source text, it can tragically trigger a stroke.
So the smart solution for all four of its cardiovascular problems is very simple and very clear. You must be gentle with your body, especially in the morning. You should wake up slowly. You should sit on the edge of your bed for a moment. You should drink a glass of room temperature water, and you must wait at least 30 to 45 minutes after you wake up and at least 30 to 45 minutes after you eat before you get in the shower. And you must always use gentle warm water, never extreme heat and never extreme cold.
So those are the four critical cardiovascular risks that can happen inside our own bodies. It is so very important to be gentle with our system, especially in the morning. Doctor, let's now move from the inside of the body to the room itself. Let's talk about category 2, the environmental risks. You call the bathroom the hazard zone.
Yes, the bathroom itself can be a very dangerous place for an older person if it is not prepared with great wisdom and with great care. The combination of water, hard and slippery surfaces, and steam creates a true hazard zone that we must make safe.
What is the first and the most obvious environmental risk that our viewers must address, Doctor?
It is the one that we all know about, but that so many of us tragically ignore until it is too late. It is the great danger of slippery floors and having no grab bars to hold on to. The source text for our video tells a powerful and very tragic story of an 82-year-old veteran whom we will call Mr. Turner. He was a fiercely independent man, but one morning his foot slid on the wet tile as he was stepping into his shower. He reached out for something to hold on to, but there was nothing there. He fell, and he hit his head on the hard porcelain of the tub. The physical trauma of that one fall caused him to have a stroke. His life was changed forever in that one single moment.
And it is so very important for people to understand that a fall like that can directly cause a stroke. The sudden trauma to the head can cause a blood vessel in the brain to rupture, which causes a bleeding or a hemorrhagic stroke. Or the shock and the sudden surge in blood pressure from the fall can cause a pre-existing plaque or a blood clot to break loose and travel to the brain, causing an ischemic stroke. A fall is not just a risk for breaking a bone, it is a major risk for a serious brain injury.
So the smart solution here is not about giving in to age, it is about taking back control. It is a non-negotiable safety measure. You must install strong, secure grab bars in and around your shower, and you must use a high-quality non-slip mat both inside the tub and on the floor outside of it.
So grab bars and non-slip mats are absolutely essential. What is the next environmental risk, Doctor? This is one that is completely invisible to most of us.
Yes, it is the silent danger of poor ventilation. The source text for our video tells a fascinating story of Mrs. Foster, a 77-year-old woman. She came to her doctor complaining of frequent morning dizziness and even episodes where her speech would become slurred for a few minutes. She was terrified that she was developing dementia. But after many tests, the doctor discovered the true cause. She was taking very long, very hot showers in a small, completely sealed bathroom with no fan running and no window open. She was creating a low oxygen chamber for herself every single morning.
And that low oxygen state is a medical condition called hypoxia. In a hot, steamy, enclosed space, the oxygen levels in the air that you are breathing can drop significantly. For an older brain that may already have more fragile blood vessels, this lack of oxygen can be enough to trigger a mini stroke or a TIA, which is exactly what was happening to Mrs. Foster. So the smart solution is so very simple. You must always have a fan running or a window cracked open when you are showering to allow fresh oxygen-rich air to circulate in the room.
And our final environmental risk is a very specific one that is often overlooked. It is the common mistake of using the wrong type of bath mat outside of the shower. Many people will just throw a simple towel or a flimsy decorative rug on the floor. These mats have no grip on the bottom. They can very easily slide out from under your feet when you step out of the shower with wet feet, which can cause a terrible fall. The smart solution is to invest in a high-quality heavy bath mat that has a full rubber backing. This will ensure that the mat stays securely in place and provides a safe, stable surface for you to step onto.
It is a wonderful example of how these small, wise, and very practical acts of preparation are truly blessed acts of self-care and stewardship for our own safety in our homes. And we love sharing this kind of detailed, empowering safety information with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you.
So we have now made the room itself safe by addressing the risks of slippery floors, poor ventilation, and the wrong bath mats. Our final category of risks for today is not about the temperature or the environment around us. It is about understanding and respecting the natural limits of our own aging bodies. This is Category 3, the physiological risks.
What is the first physiological risk, doctor? This is something that can happen even in a perfectly safe, warm, and well-ventilated shower.
Yes, it is the simple act of standing still for too long without any support. For a young person, a long 20 or 30-minute shower is no problem. But for a senior, a long shower can become an endurance test for their circulatory system.
And the science behind this is all about blood pooling, which is a condition that doctors call venous stasis. When you are standing still for a long period of time, the simple force of gravity makes it very difficult for the blood in your legs to be able to return to your heart. The blood can begin to pool in your lower legs. This can lead to a drop in your overall blood pressure, which can then cause you to feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even to faint in the shower, which, as we know, is an extremely dangerous situation.
So the smart solution for this is very simple, and it is very wise. You should invest in a good shower chair or a shower bench. This allows you to sit down and to be safe and stable while you wash. It completely prevents this dangerous blood pooling from happening. Using a shower chair is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of great wisdom and self-respect.
So a shower chair is a sign of wisdom. I love that. What is our final physiological risk for today, doctor? This is one that affects our body's largest organ.
Yes, it is the very common habit of using very harsh antibacterial soaps all over the entire body every single day.
And this is a problem because these harsh soaps can strip away your skin's natural protective barrier. This beautiful invisible barrier is called the acid mantle, and it is home to a healthy community of good bacteria, which is your skin microbiome. When this important barrier is damaged, your skin can become very dry, itchy, and it can even begin to crack.
And these tiny cracks in the skin can become an open door for harmful bacteria to enter your body. This can lead to skin infections like cellulitis. And for a senior whose immune system may already be a little bit weaker, having to fight off these infections can add a great deal of unnecessary stress to the entire system. So the smart solution is to use a gentle pH balanced and moisturizing cleanser, and to not feel that you must use harsh antibacterial soap all over your entire body every single day.
That is another wonderful piece of gentle wisdom. So, doctor, to bring all of these 9 important lessons together for our viewers, can you please summarize everything for us into a simple, easy-to-remember, 5-step smart shower safety protocol?
Of course, it is very simple. Step 1 is to wait and hydrate. You must always wait at least 30 minutes after you wake up and 30 minutes after you eat a meal. And it is very wise to drink a glass of water before you get in. Step 2 is to control the temperature. You must use gentle warm water, never scalding hot, and never a sudden icy cold shock to your system. Step 3 is to create a safe environment. You must have secure grab bars, high quality, non-slip mats both inside and outside the shower, and if you take long showers or you feel unsteady, a good shower chair. Step 4 is to keep the air fresh. You must always have a fan running or a window cracked open to ensure there is good ventilation and plenty of fresh oxygen-rich air for you to breathe. And step 5 is to be gentle with your body. You should keep your showers to a reasonable length, and you should use a gentle, moisturizing soap that respects the natural health of your skin.
That is a perfect and a very complete safety protocol. It is a wonderful and a blessed guide to turning the bathroom from a place of hidden risk into a true sanctuary of self-care and of safety. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a truly life-saving guide. You have taken a simple everyday habit and you have shown us all of the hidden dangers that we were not aware of. By understanding these 3 main risk categories, the cardiovascular, the environmental, and the physiological, we can now take simple, powerful steps to dramatically lower our stroke risk. Your 5-step Smart Shower Safety Protocol is a powerful and a very practical framework for senior health. By making these simple and very wise changes, our viewers can truly turn their bathroom from a place of hidden risk into a true sanctuary of safety, which is so incredibly important for their long-term senior health. This knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive strategy to reduce your stroke risk right in your own home. It is a practical daily way to fight back against the hidden dangers that can increase your stroke risk and to protect your precious independence.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Your daily habits are the true foundation of your health. A small, wise change in your daily shower routine, something that you do every single day, can be one of the most powerful acts of self-care and of self-respect that you can perform for your body.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. A daily act of self-care. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by bringing mindfulness and wisdom to even the simplest and most blessed parts of our daily lives. And of course, it is always wise to speak with your personal doctor or a physical or an occupational therapist about your own specific safety needs in your home. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted healthcare provider. If you found this guide empowering and it changed the way that you think about your daily shower, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you love and want to keep safe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is the one simple safety change that you will make to your bathroom or your shower routine this week? Please share your commitment in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and be safe.